Her saying, I want to take us back to this classic space in hip hop and just remind people that the traditional roots of where it started. Do you feel like she is like embodying that with the music that you've heard from her recently? Do you feel like she's doing something in any type of different way than anybody else is?
I think so.
Yeah.
We talked about just effort.
Yeah.
We talked about people actually caring about, lyrics and trying to actually say something. And, and this is where, I caught flack when we reviewed that first song, the one with the jackhammer, where as much as I heard the talent and I wasn't mad at the wordplay, I was just like, what I heard was, and Brother Tonight, maybe you can kind of relate to this. It's like when you're in the clubs and you hear women always talking about useless things, it's hard for you to you hear somebody with talent talking about those same useless things and think this is something special.
Or was it more so the visual?
I mean, I wasn't so much worried about the visual. It was really, I was listening to the lyrics, and so like, that's where like when I first heard it, and once again, I didn't realize, but I had heard Doechii's music before. It just didn't stand out to me because she was doing stuff with, nothing against JT from the City Girls, but I was just like, if I see you rapping with JT's from the City Girls, this is nothing special to me.
But before that, that's what I was actually going to touch on when he said that, was her style was different compared to what this album is.
Yeah.
Like, it was more so, even though it's still abstract, it was more abstract, so to speak. So it wasn't really, like, she's embodying like the elements of hip hop as far as her bars are concerned, her choice of beats and things of that nature, her lyrics. Even when you had said you didn't like it when she was talking about the bullshit club stuff,
yeah,
I could still hear in her that she had a for real rap voice. It wasn't the same as was Suki. It wasn't like hearing Sukiyana or even Sexy Red. It didn't sound the same to me, although the content was the same. It was just put together differently.
Yeah, when I listened to it, I could definitely hear that she didn't sound like any other woman rapper out. Like even like the bigger women that are out there, like Meg and maybe Nikki. Nikki's super dope, but like Doechii was like very polished, is what I heard, and I was like, okay, she's playing with it.
Yeah. But even when I hear, this is the thing, sometimes you have to hear a project in its entirety, and you were like, oh, this makes sense the way it's put together and the way it's sequenced. And so like when I hear the entire album or mixtape, because those are the games that these.
Yeah, that's what it is.
Yeah, whatever. I'm like, okay, this makes sense to me. I can admit I didn't hear or see the entire vision because it was presented to me in a segmented way. You present me the entire vision and this makes sense. And I've told people, like, I don't even listen to hip hop like that about this record.
Right.
It was refreshing to me, but at the same time, I felt like I've heard this before. You know what I mean?
From whom?
Missy. You know what I mean? It was like,
that's a great comparison.
Yeah, it was like, this is like if Missy just came out today,
this is what she would make.
This is what she would sound like. You know what I mean? So
I can see that she's a far better rapper than Missy.
I would say that.
Yeah,
that's why I kind of compared her to Tyler the Creator, because as far as her styles and things that she's trying, to me, it aligns with him. But I can kind of see as far as
I
Missy,
can see that too.
because even the visuals are kind of like
out there
Missy stuff. Yeah, I can see that.
From the photo shoots and all this, I've seen this before, but it's not bad. It's a refreshing because it stands apart from all the coochie rap that I hear.
Yeah, I'm not mad at that at all.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, I mean, but also when she says, I want to take it back to the boom bap and the roots of rap, what does that mean to her as opposed to what, she's 26, I believe it says.
Yeah.
What does that mean to her at 26 as opposed to what it means to me at 47?
Yeah.
It could, boom bap to her could be Good Kid, Mad City.
Exactly.
It could be early Tyler. It could be,
was she listening to Pharaoh Monch Internal Affairs? Has she gone back to that? And
maybe,
was she listening to DOS Effects? They want effects. Like you can go through levels of this and what you consider to be, I want to get that feeling back from hip hop. You talk to somebody of a certain age, you ask them what's old school, and they'll say Good Kid, Mad City.
I think the one thing that I appreciate about her the most is simply that, and we talked about this jokingly a few weeks ago, but you can just tell that she cares when she makes music. And a lot of the music that you're, that we reference to, when we're talking about the quote unquote coochie rap, if you will, and stuff like that. That's my biggest issue with a lot of club music. That's my biggest issue with a lot of the music that is popular nowadays, is that nobody seems like they're trying. And when I listen to her music, it sounds like she flexed on the videos we were reacting to and did a whole bunch of different styles, right? She can do all of it, but she does it in a creative way. But to me, I can tell when somebody cares when I listen to them, and I can hear it. And so when I hear her music and I hear what she's done and everything that I've seen her do so far, and again, I haven't heard the project yet, but she cares. And that's one of those things that it's crazy that's like how low the bar is at this point. But,
hey, man.
But that's,
Look, I think part of it is like we're also just used to this. There's this culture of like, yo, I'm not really a rapper. I'm a hustler. I'm just trying to get this money.
Yeah, nobody wants to say that they're a rapper anymore.
Yeah, and it's like when I listen to Doechii, no, she's trying to be not just a rapper, but an MC, somebody who is able to command a certain level of lyrical dexterity on the microphone and say. And when she says, I'm better than you, it's not about her having more money. It's not about her having more status or more followers. She's saying I'm better than you because like she's a better rapper than you.
Not how good her coochie is.
Better artist.
She's a better art. Like she's not a unlike some of these other, slash fighter, stripper fight rap, coochie rap, whatever. Like she's not what I consider to be a content creator. Yeah. She is an artist. Yeah. Some of the rest of you, what I'm saying, that you only have so much time left as it is.
Yeah.
Hey, man, it's TDE, man.
I mean, yeah, exactly.
At the end of the day,
get quality product from them.
Yeah, they don't miss as far as talent is concerned. But to your point about how she cares about the rap. She cares about the music. Essentially, it's like a rhapsody. But those type of artists don't get the credit they deserve. I think she's in a position that she can transcend, though, because she was just featured on the MTV Video Awards performing with Katy Perry, right?
Yeah.
Which is a pop song.
Super pop.
But essentially, I mean, Kendrick has been on super pop songs. Drake, of course, has been on
That's all he
super pop songs. I mean, you get to a certain place in your career. I mean, the clips were on pop songs.
Yeah.
I would just hope with the Katy Perry look and like anybody who can get that level of look and get on MTV and maybe run it up a little bit as far as their exposure, I can't fault them.
No, you can't be mad at
what
that.
You can get seduced by is like, oh, I got this. Let me do another one. Let me do. I mean, like, and I know people, a lot of time we all have talked about how talented Nicki is. But I think she fell so far into doing these pop records.
Spaceships.
She went Euro.
She was crazy.
Yeah, and to the point where like, yo, Nicki, we want you to come back. We want you to do what we know you can do. I don't want that to happen to Doechii to where like, okay, it's Katy Perry this week, and then it's, I don't know, some Eurostep record next week to where it's like, okay, well, what about the joint that we just got from you? Are we gonna get an extended version of Florida Water? That's what I need. You know what I'm saying? So I don't need to hear you on. Now, mind you, once again, I'm a 47-year-old male rap fan. So like you may not be thinking about me because you get a look with Katy Perry to where you get. But again, I don't know who Katy Perry's audience is anymore. So like,
and Migos did a song with Katy Perry.
Yeah,
Juicy J had one.
Yeah.
So, one of Snoop's biggest looks is California Girls with Katy Perry. But, mind you, that was like 13, 14 years ago at this point. So I don't know. I know there's some other pop stars who've come along since then. But I want Doechii to remain. I know, like, what is she going to care about what I got to say? I just want to remain focused because I hear the talent. I want more of what you gave us in this first mixtape.
Installment. Installment.
Yeah, I want more of that. I mean, don't get me wrong. Shout out to Katy Perry for holding that situation down. But I don't want to hear you do a whole bunch of songs with Katy Perry. I don't want to hear Katy Perry on your first project.
Hip hop doesn't want that.
Yeah.
Well, maybe she's alluding to her going back to the roots because obviously that song was already done when she did this interview.
Yeah.
So maybe she's saying that I'm gonna stick to what I'm doing over here, but if I gotta opportunity to get this over here too, because I mean that doesn't do anything but add to her fan base. Essentially, there's more people checking on her,
but you know,
checking for her at the end of the day.
But you know, those, you know, this thing is the pop segment. They come and snatch people like this for their credibility. That's what happened with Nicki.
Oh yeah,
like they was like, oh, Nicki's. It's not about giving them credit. You know, them giving us something in hip hop. You know, they'll come and do that and get somebody like Doechii, or when they came and got Nicki, to give them credibility.
Well, Nicki did a whole album like that though.
Well,
it might have had a joint here and there in it that was for real hip hop, but like you said, there was a moment in time where that's all Nicki was doing.
It's a line.
She wasn't
Monster.
She wasn't getting the awards and accolades. She was getting like the BET award every year, things of that nature.
She was getting the
but
Billboard.
She never won
a Grammy. She never won a Grammy. And
you know
like,
what I'm saying?
And like that's what it sounds crazy, but I'll just say it because I say crazy stuff on the show. I said, look, Nicki did everything the white folks asked her to do, and they still didn't give her the award. They still didn't give her the one that she wanted. I mean, but at the same time, it must have burned her up because as soon as Cardi B got on, they gave her one, and then as soon as Meg got a chance, they gave her 3.
That's wild.
And then as soon as Doja got on, she got one. So Doja, Meg, Cardi all got Grammys, and Nicki ain't got one.
That's crazy.
Well,
yeah. That's why
crazy.
That's why she's got so much spite.
So when
she mad.
But so when I see her jump out of the window, I kind of get it.
But did she have anything that's quality enough to
Cardi
obtain
B?
That?
No, she did. She had things that were quality enough to garner her a Grammy. Definitely. Now, as far as
in the space that they give Grammys
as
for,
far as what I'm listening to, I'm not riding around bumping Nicki Minaj. That's just not me.
Okay. Cardi
but she has a whole section.
I mean, Cardi shouldn't have won.
Cardi shouldn't have won. Yes, Cardi did beat Nipsey Hussle.
Come on, man.
But how much of that do you think was the actual quality of her project versus the politics? I think it was
more politics.
Cardi B?
Yeah, I think it was the politics. Nipsey didn't have a whole campaign to follow him the way that Cardi did I think
but
all
Nicki
of those Grammy things.
Nicki is signed to it's Cash Money, YMCMB, whatever. It's still Universal Records.
Yeah.
Has Wayne won a Grammy?
Nicki has he won a Grammy?
I don't know.
No, I don't think so.
Well, Snoop hasn't won a Grammy either.
Yeah,
Nas didn't win one until like 2 or 3 years ago.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think a lot of that is just a political game, man.
But she was playing the game,
nah,
and they
she
didn't
really
give it to
was
her.
Though. And she actually had the thing about Nicki is Nicki had
all the
songs
think
that
about
could have
all the
been in
collaborations
different.
she did.
They could have been in different categories. Her album.
She could have got something for something else. Okay,
Exactly.
maybe she could have got a Grammy for Super Bass.
Yes.
That's probably
Okay, I'll
why
give
she
you
makes does so many genres. She's just chasing that Grammy.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
That Super Bass joint was very, very popular.
It
too.
was and terrible.
Yeah.
The starships and whatever.
Yeah, like she got on there and made the funny faces and got the plastic surgery and did songs about Bud Light. She did everything them folks asked her to do.
And
they still didn't give her what she probably deserved.
They did her like they did Little Richard and give her nothing.
Yeah. And they just took it and made a new one.
Yeah.
Love to see it.
Yeah.
But yeah, Doechii.
God bless her.
Yeah, back to Doechii.
Yeah, let's
stay focused.
Keep giving us the good quality stuff that we've seen and heard.
Hey.
And
you following the Kendrick route.
Yeah, there we go.
You know, there's the Kendrick route.
The TDE formula is very good.
Yeah.
Focus on the art.
Like Kendrick did a very good job of like, you know, like he balanced that line really well. So I appreciate that.
He'll give you some pop, essentially, but then he always focused on the art. His music was always his music was always important, and then he always focused on the show.
Yep.
Look, he'll give you Bad Blood with Taylor Swift, but he don't put that on his album.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's for you.
Yeah,
yeah. Don't put it on. Don't touch me.
That's when Taylor Swift was like, "Let me go get a little of this credibility." That's what I'm talking about.
Yep. All right.
I ain't mad.
All right. When the alligator bites, you bite it back, and the bites never heal. So yeah, shouts to Doechii.